greetings of peace, love, prosperity, serenity, bliss, joy, happiness, love, light, and all that beautiful, 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 beautiful stuff. I want to start out by saying, giving so much love energy, comforting energy, stillness, quiet, peaceful energy to all of my Texan brothers and sisters out there. I know that a lot of you are going through this. I don't even know what to call it, but we all know what's really, really happening, what's really, really going on out there in the skies from the soulless ones. Their last ditch effort to try to win this war, which we all know that it is futile. Love always prevails, and goodness always prevails. So, but just wanted to start out saying, giving you guys so much energy, so much love energy on today. And now for the spiel. Greetings to all those that are just tuning in. This is your sister Summer Solstice with your Mindfulness Mondays. What is mindfulness? It is being self-aware of your thoughts, your mannerisms, your body language, how you are presenting yourself in all aspects at all times. So it's just about an awareness, being aware, because people don't understand the power of awareness, really. When you put the energy of being aware of what you are doing, it changes things. It really, 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 really does. So that's what this show is based upon. But if you have missed any of the other previous sessions, you could definitely head on over, and I do recommend strongly that you do so. Head on over to my YouTube channel, Summer Solstice. That's SUMERSOULSTICE, 2 words, and don't forget the U, because it's about the soul. All of this is coming from a soul. So a lot of people say they can't find me. That's probably why it's usually you're forgetting the U and you're forgetting the S in solstice. So definitely remember those 2 things, and you can check me out there. And please like and subscribe, because I may actually just be switching over to do all the lives over there on my YouTube channel instead of doing it here live on Facebook. I know, but got to get those numbers up over there. So last week we talked about what was our self-mastery tool. It was determination. And our text reading from, again, I always reference The Science of Mind. If you guys haven't picked up your book yet, please do so. I've had a lot of people actually DM me, was like, oh my God, thank you so much. I got my book. I'm like, woo, let's go. Because it's time to get your mind right. And as I always say, if you guys need some extra help, and you're like, you know what, sister, I need to go in. There's some things that I need to talk about. There's some things that I don't understand, why I'm still doing this, why I still feel this way, and it's time, and it's time to get your mind right. Head on over to my website, www.summersolstice.com, and sign up for your Get Your Mind Right session on today, because it is life-changing. It will change your life. Trust and believe that. So last week was also, we talked about vision. And what did I say? I kept my promise. You guys don't see no specks on my face today, because I have been doing my affirmations, as I have in my other handy dandy Trust Your Soul journal, because I always tell you guys, journal. You should be waking up every day doing your gratefulness affirmations, writing down 3 things that you are grateful for, and actually keeping them going throughout the day. And like I said, last week was on vision, and the one affirmation that I kept going was, I will lift up my eyes into God. And I always say the source, the absolute, the all, the universe, however you reverence that energy, from whom comes my perfect sight. And so I have been doing that affirmation, putting it out there, putting it out there, putting it out there. And as you see, I am not wearing any glasses today. And I'm making a conscious effort to continue to do so because I have perfect sight. Okay, I am perfect sight. So I'm sticking with that. And I'm going to keep rocking. So, last week, determination. So did you walk in your determination? Were you determined in all that you did last week? What were you determined to do? And what did you guys do? Talk to me. Leave me some comments. What did you do? What did you put your will into? What did you put your energy into? Because it read on last week. As a master, I gather together my powers and capabilities. I consolidate my forces and focus my will. Automatically, my goal is achieved. Automatically, my goal is achieved when I focus my will. All right? Yes. Peace and blessings, sister. So were you determined on last week? What did you accomplish when you focused your will on last week? What did you achieve? Did you pull upon your powers and your capabilities? Yes. So yeah, I gather together my powers and capabilities. I consolidate my forces. And what are some of your forces? What can your forces be? The ancestors, the ancients, your spirit guides, okay? Your guardians. I'm like the angels. I talk to the angels all the time. I'm always in constant conversation. I'm like, my mom is transitioned and so is my dad is transitioned. I have many of my relatives that have transitioned in my life, and I have open conversations with them all the time. And, some people are like, well, like you talk to, your mom, like, ooh, that's kind of strange. No, it isn't. If you understand that this meat suit that we in is just a vessel, soul never dies, okay? The soul never dies. So they're watching you. They're watching and they're listening. And I tell people, my mom transitioned. That was the greatest, most wonderful angel that I could have received. So I definitely am always speaking to her. But those are your forces. We got to call upon and pull on all our forces. Some of you guys are not using your forces. And you're walking around here feeling like you're powerless. You're not powerless. You are the power. You're the machine that's pulling on the power. Okay? You got to pull it down. The source is there for you, but you're not using it. That's the issue. You're not drawing from your source. You're not drawing from your sources. So get to drawing. And focus your will. Your will is strong. Okay? Your intentions that you put behind anything, okay, is what makes it happen. We spoke about, 2 sessions ago, I did the show on desire and how powerful that energy of desire is in creating anything that you want. People always say when you do your affirmations or when you're speaking things into existence, like, you're supposed to have an expectation, and I'm like, expectation is good, but I'm like, I'm like, I aspire. Like, I want to draw upon that energy even more. So I'm like, I just put sheer will into it. And I just have a knowing, a knowing that it's coming to fruition. That's it. I just know, and I just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. So that's how it is. Peace and blessing, King. Peace and blessing. Oh. So that was determination. So I hope you walked in that on last week. Moved in that on last week. And then we had, what was our power? To decide. Choices. It's all about your decisions. What are you deciding? Okay, are you deciding that, I'm going to stay in my slump. I'm going to stay in my depression. I'm going to stay in my sickness. I'm going to stay in my loneliness. Or are you deciding that, I'm an unlimited being with unlimited possibilities and I have no restrictions, okay? I have no restriction. All is well and I am safe. All goodness flows to me easily, freely, and effortlessly. I am walking in my power. I am walking in my purpose. That's what you decide. And so it read, success is at my fingertips. Success is at my fingertips. Right here, boom, boom, boom. You got 10 of them. So right there, right? So you got 10 ways to be successful, right? So if we just going on the fingertips, you got 10. You guys are supposed to be drawing upon right there. When I master this power, I become sensible. I learn the art of balance. I acquire authority made gentle by humility. I realize that all powers aim at this. Yes, all your powers aim at what you decide. It's what you decide. What are you standing on? What do you know to be true? What do you know? That's the key. What do you know? What have you decided? It's all about you. It's all about your decisions. Nobody else's. No one else is deciding for you. And some people say, well, yes, this person is making a decision. Okay, well, then you've given them what? The power. You've given them the power because it is a power. Deciding choice is a power. So stop giving it to them. Take it back. Decide for yourself. Decide for yourself. So that's that. All right. Let's dive into this week. Session is about constipation. It's like, ooh, why am I constipated? Why are you constipated? Because true story, putting myself out there, I was constipated for about 3 months straight. Yes. 3 months straight. Cannot figure out what was going on in my life. I'm like, what is happening to me? And again, I always take things from the spiritual aspect. Always. Because it's always about the mind. Everything starts from here. As I said to you guys, if you studied the Hermetic principles, the first principle is mentalism. That when you understand that all is mind. All is mind. Everything comes from thought. From those decisions. From your determination. From what you are determining that is going to be true in your life. It all comes from here. So I said, okay, let me go in. Let me start doing some research. Let me hit what I know. So I started researching. And I started with like just the small intestines. You know, what is it responsible for? The large intestines, what is it responsible for? Then I went into the chakras and we talk about the sacral chakra. About your creativity, you know. About what are you standing on? What are you birthing? Okay, what are you birthing? What are you not birthing? So I was like, you know, let me delve in. So I have all these notes over here. So let me grab my first book, and we're gonna dive into it before we actually get into the actual text over here. So let's look at what is the small intestine responsible for. So it turns food into fuel, right? So it's the first line where the food hits after the stomach finishes mixing it all up and grinding it up and putting it all together. That's why I'm like, that's the stomach. The stomach is like putting everything together. And it's like breaking it down. You know, someone's breaking it down so when it gets to the small intestines, for the small intestine to understand what has already been broke down. And it's the fire element. It represents the fire. Fire. So the small intestines is the fire. Because you would need fire. What does fire do? Like when you cook food, right? The fire helps to what? Break it on down, right? Into smaller, like, you know, amounts. And getting everything just prepared, right? It's preparing, help to prepare. So that's what the fire is doing, your small intestines. And it dissolves the physical things and turns it into raw power. So that's what the small intestine does, right? So it's like, what are you absorbing? Because that's what it's doing. Like, what are you absorbing in your life, right? What are you absorbing? So that's the question that we have to ask ourselves with the small intestine. What nourishes you? Where do you draw your motivation, your inspiration, you know, from? Like, so that's what the small intestine entails. And then we go down to the large intestine. The large intestine basically is about what? Letting go, right? Because once it gets to the large intestine is like what? It goes like this. Boop, boop, boop. Right? That's it. It's this one little like square. It's like, listen, we've already supposed to have finished absorbing and assimilating and taking what we needed and all of that. I am just here to let it go. So if you're clogged up in the large intestine, it's because you are holding on to some stuff that you were supposed to let go of. Basically, that's it in a nutshell, because the large intestine from the element is the element of air. So what does air do? Air is just going, right? It's in the breeze. It's doing what it's doing. It's just passing through. It's constant. It's just going. So when you ain't letting it go, here comes the large intestines. It's all stopped up. And so again, the large intestines, the releaser. The intestines, which I forgot to say, has a lot to do with the mind. People don't understand that the intestines, the digestive system, is actually your third brain. So you have this one, you have the heart, and then you have the stomach. A lot of people don't understand that when your stomach or your intestines, your digestive tract is messed up, your mind is not right either. Because it's like you clogged up here, because everything that you were supposed to absorb and assimilate and then eliminate is now stuck. It's stuck in there. So if it's stuck here, that means your flow, the energy's not flowing. Okay? That means your fire and got cut off, because your small intestines is the fire, and your large intestines is the air element. So all of them got cut off. So what happens? Trapped, right? So what happens? You become like this. Somebody take your fire out, you like. Somebody cuts your air off, then what? You can't breathe. You can't breathe. And if there's no oxygen flowing, then what's happening here? There ain't no oxygen flowing to your brain. So all of this becomes clogged up. You can't think straight. You're depressed. You're crazy, because this is not assimilating and absorbing and not releasing properly. Yes? Because that's what it's all about. That's what it's about. So then we become constipated. And it's all mind. It's all mind. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And I'm not a licensed, doctor. I am giving you the tools that have assisted me into healing my life. Okay? So that's what this is about. So I am just sharing with all of you the tools which helped me along my journey, my path, okay, my way of being into this smiley, healthy being that you see here. And don't get me wrong, there's still some things I'm working on. Like I said, you don't see these glasses that I had on last week. So I'm working with you guys. We all in this together. We are all in this together, helping each other, and that's what it is all about. So let's get to this text on today. Constipation, and everybody that has their books, you can read along with me. And it says here, never think a person in one who merely has a sick body. Never think a sick person is one who merely has a sick body. If you do, you will find yourself treating the body. Why should we not treat the body? For the simple reason that the cause of the disease is not in the body. And remember, I broke down that word disease a couple of weeks ago. And what is it? It is a dis-ease in the body. A dis-ease in the body. Because the body functions, all by itself. It's flowing. It does what it does with no issue until we, as beings, decide, no, we don't want to flow properly, and we put all this mess up in here, which then affects all the rest of the organs in the body. It affects all the rest of the organs in the body. Yeah, right, exactly. It does. It does. So when we start putting all junk up in here, the junk filters out through the body, and that's when we have all these diseases in the body. So, reading on. The body is an effect and not a cause. Exactly. It's an effect. The cause is, again, here. What are we putting up in here? What are you putting up in here? What are your thoughts? What are you telling the body that it is not? Keyword. What are you telling the body that it is not? You telling the body that it's not perfect. You telling the body that no, we can't run smoothly because of this. No, this is going on in my life, so no, you can't function properly. Because that's what it is. It's an effect. People think like, oh my gosh, I'm constipated, that it's the body fault. Like the intestines decided that it was going back up. And people are like, I don't know what is wrong with my stomach. How many times have you actually said that? I don't know what is going on with my stomach. I've said it. And the intestines is like, no, what's going on with your mind? It's looking up at you like, no, this ain't me. I was flowing fine. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. It's you. It's all up in here. It's all up in here. So let's read on. The body is an effect and not a cause. You must know that the bodies and conditions never move. They are always moving upon. Read that again. You must know that the bodies and conditions never move. They are moved upon. Thank you, sister. Blessings. Oh, peace and blessings, sister. Peace and blessings. Yes, yes. You know, always giving out that energy, giving out that good energy. Yeah, so it's not it's not that they moving and they've moved out of what they supposed to do. They've been moved upon by your thoughts, by what you're placing in. I'm going to keep going back to here. They're like, sisters, you're repeating yourself. Yeah, I'm going to keep repeating myself so that you guys can understand that it's all coming from your mind. Everything that's going on in here. Stop blaming your organs like it's your organs that decided that they made a conscious decision to go against you. No, you've made the decision to go against them. You moved upon them. And now they are responding to the move that you made. To the mental move. To the mental move that you made. They're responding to that. Okay, so then it says a sick person is one who has a sick thought, as well as a sick body. Exactly. A sick person is one who has a sick thought as well as a sick body. I'm going to keep reading. Constipation is often due to a belief in limitation or burden and is mentally helped by knowing that there is no restriction, no inaction, and no limited action, no bondage, no fear, no congestion. Realize that all action is normal, harmonious, and perfect. Did y'all hear that? Did you hear that? Constipation is often due to a belief in limitation or burden and is mentally helped by knowing that there is no restriction, no inaction, no limited action, no bondage, no fear, no congestion. Realize that all action is normal, harmonious, and perfect. Do you ever realize, like, let's just think about it. Like, if you were really, like, kind of thinking about something and thinking about something and thinking about something and thinking about something, and you just be like, ooh, your stomach all of a sudden gets upset. Have you ever noticed that? Like, if you're getting, like, really upset, your stomach, starts to bother you. If you're really, 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 really nervous about something, your stomach starts to bother you. Did you ever notice that? Like, we have to learn to, like, start paying attention to our bodies when we have certain thoughts. And that's how you'll realize really more intimately how the connection between mind and body really is. How strong the connection, it is the connection. Because it's like, I'm a performer, right? So I was a dancer like for years, and oh my gosh, when you're about to go on stage, or if you're a speaker, or if it's like a new job, or it's like a job you really want, like an interview that you're about to have, and you're like really, really, really nervous, and all of a sudden what happens? You got to go to the bathroom, right? And then sometimes you actually have diarrhea. Why is that? It's because that feeling, that fear, that anxiety, you don't want to hold on to it at all. So you're like, your stomach is like, oh my God, we got to let it go, we got to let it go, we got to let it go. And that's when you have the diarrhea. Yeah, you didn't think about that, right? That's kind of deep, but that's exactly what's happening. It's like your body is like, no, I don't want to assimilate that at all. I don't want to absorb this fear. I don't want to absorb this anxiety. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. I'm going to let it go. And we let it go. Same thing, but when we're not willing to let anything go, when we're holding on to these thoughts and this fear and these anxieties and these limitations and these burdens, we become constipated. Because you're not letting go. You're not turning on your fire to simmer it on down, to let it cook on down, to take it all in, to absorb and say, ooh, okay, I'm going to take that and I'm going to let the rest go. Take what you need and let the rest go. Take that fuel, take that vitality, take that health, take those nutrients, absorb through the small intestine, and then whatever else you don't need, then the large intestine steps in and says, okay, it's time to let it go. Time to let it on go. I think, I don't know, just the thought just came to me thinking about gas for a second, right? It's like gas is nothing but the kind of like letting you know that we about to let go. because again, the large intestines is the air element. So the gas is like, whoop, it's like a sound off, like, whoop, 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 whoop. It's like smoke signals, like, whoop, 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 letting you know, like, it's almost time to let go. Because if you notice, right, when you have gas, like, what happens? The gas, and then all of a sudden, what? You got to go to the bathroom. So it's kind of like the precursor, like, to let you know, it's like the warning signal. I'm going to use that. I'm like, warning. But, okay. Reading on. Oh, gosh, that's funny. Any thought which produces a mental tension, fear of lack, of trouble, of disease, of all kinds, fear of loss of friends or loss of position is likely to manifest itself as constipation, which we just said. It's likely to manifest itself as constipation because it's the fear. And that literally dries up your intestine. It dries it up. Because what's happening? Air does what? Because air what? Dries, right? You're going to blow dry to what? Dry your hair. It's like the body dry. The heat, what does heat do? Heat dries things out. So when you holding on to that air, when it gets to the large intestines, that air just goes ahead and dries your intestines right on up. Dries it right on up. Up and out, right? So, that's something to think about. Any kind of fear thought retards the free action of the life forces, thus greatly interfering with the function of the body. In such cases, a treatment for complete relaxation should be given. And so again, this is what I did. No, this looks a little dark. Let me just lighten it up a little bit. Oh no. Boop. Okay, that didn't do a thing. But so for complete relaxation. So again, this is what I started to do. I started to work a lot on my sacral chakra. I was doing deep meditations on my sacral chakra, just deep everything that could do with the sacral chakra. I was focusing on it. I was speaking freely. I'm gonna actually give you guys an affirmation for that. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the book, Heal Your Life. You can heal your life. I think it's Louise Hayes. I'm not sure. Yeah, I believe that is, but there's affirmations for you to do with that as well. So, somebody knows about that book. Yeah. Ooh, exactly. So, where was I at? Relaxation should be given. It is well to know infinite intelligence within rules me and controls and directs all of the organs of my body so that they function perfectly according to their nature. So that's a good one. That's a good affirmation. You guys want to write this down? It is well to know, it says, infinite intelligence within me rules me and controls and directs all of the organs of my body so that they function perfectly according to their nature. I am an open channel for good to flow in and through me freely, generously, and cheerfully. I love that. That is awesome. I'm going to say that again. I am an open channel for good to flow in and through me freely, generously, and cheerfully. Ooh, you guys got to say that 3 times to your own selves. Generously, freely, and cheerfully. Ooh, yes. Every thought of cruelty is disturbing to the entire body. Ooh, every thought of cruelty is disturbing to the entire body. I'm I don't know why this is looking so, I don't know. It looks so dark to me. Okay, but do I look dark to you guys? Is it dark or is it it's still good on your end? Because I don't know. It just looked like it just went dark all of a sudden. Thoughts of peace and goodwill, a recognition of the unity of all men will produce harmony and bring about perfect elimination in the body. So let's read that again because I had it kind of chopped up in the midst of this camera thing. Every thought of cruelty is disturbing to the entire body. Thoughts of peace and goodwill, a recognition of the unity of all men will produce harmony and bring about perfect elimination in the body. So get rid of those cruel thoughts. That's even against your own self. Negative thoughts is cruel to the body. It's cruel. Saying anything other than you are all that you desire. Saying anything that you are the power in which all your desires manifest. saying anything less than that you are all that you say that you are. Oh, yes, much love, peace, love, peace. But yeah, saying anything other than positive affirmations to your own self is cruel to the body. It's cruel. Don't be cruel to you. Don't be cruel to you. Like that's the whole point. Speak wellness. Speak wellness and health into this beautiful vessel that you have been given. Speak wellness. Speak good to it. I have this whole ritual, that I do for each limb. And I just be loving up on even my arms, even my arms. That's why I'm creating, don't worry, like sisters, I'm creating this whole like workshop, a 6-week workshop for us. And we gonna go in. We gonna start loving up on ourselves. So stay tuned for that because it's coming. But I take each limb and I just be like, I love you. Like even my arm, I'm like, I love you. Thank you for carrying all things that are good, Thank you for your strength, Thank you for your length and being able to reach out and bring to me what I desire. Thank you for being a vessel to which I can hug and show love, to other beings. So that's what I mean. It's like speak wellness. Speak goodness to your body parts, to your well-being. We're dealing with constipation, so let me bring it on back. But speak wellness even to your stomach. Be like, I digest beautifully. I eliminate what no longer serves me easily. What does it say here? Generously and cheerfully, It's like I release all that no longer serves me easily. I digest and absorb only what is good for me, and I release all the rest. Yes. So, let's move on. That fueled me. Like, ooh, I felt my fire rise, I'm on a full blaze right now. But, okay, back to the text. It is necessary that we release all thoughts as well as things that clutter up our lives. Release it. We are reminded that there is something resembling the divine in the intelligence and fearlessness of the organs of our body, in the way they take that which is necessary to their sustenance and well-being and release that which is not needed. I need you guys to pay attention to that part of the text because I'm going to read it one more time. Look at what the organs already have an understanding, an innate understanding. They flowing along, doing what they do, and then here comes what? Let's read this. It says, it is necessary that we release all thoughts as well as things that clutter up our lives. We are reminded that there is something resembling the divine in the intelligence and fearlessness of the organs of our body, in the way that they take that which is necessary. They take the organs. They take what is necessary to their sustenance and well-being, and then they do what? And release that which is not needed. They know to let it go. It's not until we, with all our mess, and not realizing that we are loved, okay? Because what I always end each session with, that beautiful quote, where there is fear, there is no love. And where there is love, there is no fear. So they know that they love. So they just going along and doing what they're doing. They taking what they need, letting it all go. Then here we come with all of our experiences, all of our mess, because we've forgotten who we are. And we've let others tell us who we are and devalue us. And now we're walking around here with all these negative thoughts and messing up the body and causing dis-ease. We can learn from the organs. We can learn from our organs. Oh, wait, let me keep it breast in my time. What time? Ooh, okay, if the organs of the body followed, it says, the tactics of man and his acquisitive habits, if the lungs hoarded the air they take in, if the heart kept the fresh blood stored within its walls, refusing to allow it to circulate, If the stomach retained the food taken in for nourishment, what a static condition we would have. Could you imagine? Let's think about that, guys. Like, think about that. That is deep. Like, really. If the lungs decided, you know what, I'm going to hold on to this air. And you know what, we ain't going to breathe right for about 5 minutes. If the heart decided, I'm not going to release this circulated, oxygenated blood. Okay, if the stomach decided to hold on to all the crap and the mess, and what would happen to us? We would cease to exist. That's what would happen. So when we're doing the same thing through mind, that's what we're telling our organs. I want you to cease to exist. I want to create this ease in you. Oh, no. You thought that you was just going to take the positive and take what you needed and let it go? No. I'm stopping. I'm shutting this whole thing down. That's what we're saying to our organs. When we don't, align. We are the Trinity. Okay? We are the Trinities. Yes, we are. Mind, body, spirit. It has to be in alignment. This is why I push all the time with all of the clients that I have. I'm like, because people say, well, they're healthy people. You know, I'm always promoting, proper nutrition. They're like, well, they're healthy people that are leaving here left and right. I say, listen, healthy encompasses the Trinity. The Trinity. Just because they are putting good stuff into their mouth, what's their mind like? Are they feeding their minds with positivity? Are they feeding their minds with all good things? Are they letting go of those old thoughts that no longer serve them? We don't know, because half the time we're not in people's minds. We don't know what people are really thinking. So just because you see that they are eating well and they exercise, great. That's okay. That's body. Wonderful. That's body. What their mind like? What's their spirit? Like, I see people go to the gym all the time, working out. Spirit is vibrating so low, it's crazy. It's about the Trinity. Okay? The Trinity. Mind, body, spirit must be in alignment for total wellness. Total wellness. And if you understand what this actually means, it's the coming together. This actually brings you back to center. People always say this is the praying hands, it's about prayer. No, this is the reminder to bring it back to center. It all comes back to within. And see, when you see people bow, it's like they're bowing to the higher self within and to the higher self within you. The alignment. You must be in alignment. Let's move on. Got a little carried away with that. I get passionate sometimes. I'm passionate about your well-being. I'm passionate about everyone understanding that you have to go within. I tell myself this daily, go within. This is why, again, I've been in my place for about 6 months straight in isolation, studying, reading texts, because it's important. During this time, you must align. Because the energy is like that. Before, people talk about, karma and all that. Karma used to take so long to come back around. Now it's instant. When you put out, boom, it's coming right back. You put it out, boom, it's coming right back. So it's not a game anymore. It's time to get your mind right. Get your mind right so that your body can do what it does naturally. Which is ever flowing. Just be taking in what it needs and letting the rest go. Finish up this text because I'm about to run over the time. But it says the reverse is true. Such perfect assimilation, elimination, and circulation has never been equaled by man in anything he has invented. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. This is a promise we all have proven in a degree. Could we but comprehend the full significance of spiritual sustenance, we should be forever freed from all congestive thoughts, selflessness, greed, acquisitiveness, all of which have been called the waste products of the mind. Selfishness, greed, undue acquisitiveness, all of which have been called the waste products of the mind. Understanding this, it naturally follows we should be freed from their effects. So, there it is. I didn't get to finish all the text, but those of you that have the book, you can finish it off. But that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to, everyone. Take what you need. Take what you need and let the rest of it go. Let it go. A lot of times we create the anxieties and the fears because we listen to other people's fears. I did a session on social contagion. I don't know if you guys remember that one. But if you're around people that are fearful all the time, guess what? You start to ingest that very fear. You start to ingest those thoughts of lack, those thoughts of restrictions, those thoughts of limitations. You start to take those on. This is why, again, I've been in isolation, because I am refusing to take on everyone else's fears and thoughts. I dispel, I cut the cords to all of that. I will be in here with the one constant that I know to be true, that source from which I draw, that source that is within me to tell me that I am loved. And so I have no fear. I have no fear. That's it. There is no limitations. There are no restrictions. It's only what you put into your mind, what you tell yourself. When you understand that your mind is powerful, your thoughts are powerful, and then what you speak out of your mouth, it kind of almost like it elevates it. Okay? It elevates it. Words are spells. Why do you think they call it spelling? Words are spells. So anything that you say after I am, this is what I want you guys to understand too. Anything that you say after I am, you are speaking it into your life. So if you sit up here and say, I am stubborn, I am bored, I am broke, I am unloved, I am lacking, I am this, I am that. And I take that back, universe, just using it as an example. But anything you say after I am, understand that you are calling it forth to you. Because that's how it works. That's how it works. So stop constipating yourself. Let it flow. Look into those aspects, of your life. Look into those aspects of your life. And again, if you need help, I am right here for you. I am here for you. You can sign up for a Get Your Mind Right session. Get Your Mind Right session. Now let's get into this self-mastery tool for this week. What shall we master this week? What shall we master this week? What is aligned with us? Angels, what is the self-mastery tool? Self-mastery. Self-mastery tools. Self-mastery. Self-mastery tool. Self-mastery. Self-mastery tool. Self-mastery. Self-mastery tool. Let's see what they gonna give us for today. Let's pop it on out. What's the self-mastery? Ooh. I'm like, we had humor. Unless they want us to laugh at it again. Because sometimes they like, we got to repeat that. Y'all didn't get that we supposed to laugh at these things. Ooh, cheerfulness. I guess they do want us to laugh. Laugh and be cheerful. We going back to humor. So I'm going to read it because that's what they popped out first. Humor again. As a master, I see myself with gentle, loving eyes. And I laugh at all my overreactions and my unreal fears and worries. So that's why they chose this card again. They're like, no, they need to hear this. Your unreal fears and worries. To let myself see the funny side is to ease the tension. And when we ease the tension, what are we doing? We easing the intestines. We're letting go. We're allowing them to relax. So we're able to eliminate, right? So we got to look at things like, we overreacting, and we create, like I said, the fears half the time. We create all this stuff in our mind because we put out there like, I'm so fear. Because again, we're eliminating the love. We're eliminating the love. When we realize that we are loved, like no harm can come, no harm. Peace, brother, peace. I was wondering where you been. Peace to the beloved boys. He comments all the time. He's liked, he's subscribed to my YouTube channel. I'm so grateful for your support, brother. So grateful. Like I said, when my brothers support, listen, our sister, I get fulfilled. I love my sisters, but the sisters always support. The sisters always show love. But when the brothers, show me some love, I'm like, ooh, like, that means I'm hitting some logic, okay? That's what that means. The logic is kicking in, so that's a beautiful thing. But as a master, I see myself with gentle, loving eyes. So be gentle with yourselves out there. Don't be so hard on yourselves. Love yourself a little bit more. Be gentle. And laugh at all your overreactions, your unreal fears and worries. To let yourself see the funny side is to ease your tension. And then they say, be cheerful. There's so much going on out here when those soulless ones want us to be downtrodden and sad and fearful and anxious and worrying. That is not of the source. God, the absolute, the all, the knowing, the love, the universal essence of bliss, peace, and serenity, and all that good stuff, does not want you to be sad or fearful. It says, understand who you are, that you are of me. You are of me, and none of those things exist. They only exist if you speak it and you think it to be. I want you guys to understand that. And again, as I speak to you, I speak to me. Okay? Because every once in a while, I get into into a thought where I'm like, oh my goodness, I got to do this and I got to do this. And Spirit will be like, hello. Remember. I'll be like, oh yeah, like, what am I doing? Boop, boop, no. Yank that thing right on back. So cheerful, it says, keeping a constant internal smile. Knowing how amazing everything is and that it's all perfectly okay. As a master, I enjoy the paradoxes. I am easygoing about whatever happens. I don't get angry anymore. Keep an internal smile. That's what keeps me going. I'm gonna tell you. Even in the times where I feel like I maybe want to, when I'm having my purging moments, because I'm an empath, so I'm like, a lot of times I absorb other people, like the energies, and again, that's why I don't need to be going outside during this time. And then it's like all of a sudden I'd be overly sad, and I'd be like, crying, and then like after the other day, actually, I was laughing and crying at the same exact time. Laughing and crying at the same exact time because I was so happy that I was releasing, actually. I was so happy to be crying that I was crying and like, yes, like I'm getting it out. Oh, yes, thank you. Like, that's what I was going through. I thought it was so crazy, but it wasn't. I was being cheerful even in my purge. That's wonderful. That's some mastery. So I'm going to read it again. Cheerfulness. Keeping a constant internal smile, knowing how amazing everything is, and that it's all perfectly okay. As a master, I enjoy the paradoxes. I am easygoing about whatever happens. I don't get angry anymore. Because I tell you, you can get easily triggered by some of these soulless ones roaming around here. You can easily be triggered. You'd be like, woo, what? They said, what are they trying to do now? Because you know me, I'm like, I have a warrior energy within me too. So I am a protector. Especially of my sisters. I am a protector of my sisters. So I don't like my sister to be disrespected, dishonored, devalued. I'm like, do I have to, what, Oya? We need to change something up? Kalima? I need to bring out the sword, the machete. You know what I mean? But you have to understand when it's time to war spiritually, you know what I mean, and not so much physically. So you can't be allowing these, to get triggered out here with these soulless ones. But sometimes you be like, whoo, 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 whoo. So let's check out what our power is for this week. What is the power? I got the power. Oh, 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 oh. I got the power. Oh, oh, oh. All right, what's the power? What is the power? What is the power? What is the power? What is the power? Oh, wait a minute. They dropped about 3 cards, but let's see. So we had withdrawal and we had face. Ooh, we're going to go with face, the power to face. Oh, always appreciate you, brother. Always appreciate. Much love and respect to you as well. It says, when inner demons such as limiting belief, you see? I'm telling you guys, when you align, the spirits speak to you. Angels, God, your guardians, they speak. Cynicism and addiction rear their heads. I slay these demons with this awareness. I, soul, use my right to God's power. What I say, pulling from that source. Pull from the source. Number 2, the cosmic play will culminate in my victory. Victory is yours, right? Isn't victory is yours? Isn't that what it said? I hear so many say, victory is mine, says the Lord, right? But again, when that foundation is tested, it gets shaky. Here come the fear. And God, the source, the universal essence, looking at you like, well, where did that come from? Well, wait a minute. I thought you said all these things. Hello, you just finished reading this, that, and the other. You claim to be this. You say you understand who you are, what the source in which you draw from, and this and that, and I draw my power. But as soon as the test comes, then it's, No. That's when you stand on what you know to be true. When inner demons, such as limiting beliefs, cynicism, and what else did it say on here? Addictions, or thoughts of lack, thoughts of fear, anxiety. I'm putting all those in the card today. When they rev their ugly heads, it says here, you remember these things and you slay those demons with the awareness of what? I, the soul, use my right to God's power. And number 2, the cosmic play will culminate in my victory always, 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 always. Slay. Get out your sword, your slayer sword, your spiritual warrior sword, and slay all of those thoughts. Cut through those worries and anxieties and fears and lacking thoughts and limiting beliefs and restrictions and bondage. Slay, 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 slay. Get the slicing and dicing. Slice and dice. And that's it. Take in what you need. Leave the rest and let it go. Absorb, assimilate, eliminate. That's it. Bada bing, bada boom. Whew! That was a lot, right? That was a lot, but it was great. Again, another fantastical session. I love doing these with you guys. Oh, it fills my soul. It really, 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 really does. It really, really, really does. And I'm so, almost forgot to give you guys your affirmation for the elimination. So, really quickly, your affirmation for this week is, I easily assimilate and absorb all that I need to know and release the past with joy. Write this down. I easily assimilate and absorb all that I need to know and release the past with joy. That is our affirmation for this whole entire week. So if you've been experiencing some constipation, take that in. Take that in. Speak it with authority. Remember, determination, put your will, draw upon your forces, your powers, your capability, and speak that forward. Speak that forward. Indeed, indeed. Yes, indeed. Indeed. Definitely needs to be heard, brother. Indeed, indeed. So again, gratefulness for all of you. Gratefulness, gratefulness, gratefulness. And if this has touched you in any way and you want to leave a little bit of love, I'm like, my cash app there is at the bottom. There's at the bottom. I love you guys. I love you, love you, love you. Sending out so much love to you. And again, if you can go on over to my YouTube channel, Summer Solstice, SUMERSOULSTICE. Like and subscribe for a sister. Like and subscribe for a sister. Be much, much, much appreciated. Again, I always leave you with the quote, where there is fear, there is no love. Where there is love, there is no fear. Sending you out much, much, much love. Until next Monday, love you guys. Be well. Be at peace. Be at peace. Continue to have joy. Joy in your hearts. Namaste. Namaste.